Hi, welcome to the Online Jewelry Academy. I'm Professor John Ahr and I'm your instructor. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the many tools that you may need to buy in order to make models for lost wax casting. Now, many of you might be wondering, what exactly is lost wax casting? What lost wax casting is where a wax model that you've developed is sprued to a sprue base, attached to a sprue base, and then a piece of pipe is put over the model and inserted into that base. Then this is filled up with a material that's similar to plaster of Paris, but it's better because it's heat resistant. Once it's dry, the flask, with the bottom part removed, is put into a kiln. And the kiln is heated to a temperature that will allow the wax inside of this flask to melt away. That leaves a void that can then be filled with molten metal, and that's how you get a casting. Here it is, the full complement of the type of tools that you're going to need in order to successfully create wax models for lost wax casting. Now, one of the most fundamental things is a heat source, and you can work with a variety of different types of heat sources, including an electric wax pen, a battery operated wax pen, or you can be old school and actually use alcohol lamps. Now, if you work with alcohol though, you want to use denatured alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol isn't good because it gives off a bad fume. You can work directly on a form to create, say, rings or bracelets. And to get those things to detach easily, you might want to use things like aluminum foil or cooking spray to just lubricate underneath them so that they slide right off the armature. Now, a really important tool that's used in all jewelry making is the jeweler's saw. But this time you're using a spiral blade, one that cuts in a variety of directions at any given point, so you can easily work it through the wax without it getting clogged. You may need some type of saw and some type of miter box in order to cut specific shapes, and you may want to actually sculpt through grinding methods, and you might need your flex shaft with a variety of burrs. Now, in terms of shaping, you are going to work with a variety of files. Now, the most common one is this wax file here. It's a double-ended file, and wax files have very, very coarse teeth. And they, of course, come in needle file sizes as well. But you may need other tools to mark your wax. Here I've got a divider for wax. You could use your scriber too. And here I've got some store-bought and some handmade wax tools for making attachments. Now, if you're going to make your own, and I'm going to show you that in another video, you may need some heavy gauge carpet needles and some dowel. Another thing to think about when you work with wax, you need to mark your patterns clearly. The unfortunate thing is, you can see that a lot of the waxes are very, very dark. So the way that you make your pattern show up is to work with a little bit of talcum powder. And what I like to do is I like to leave a sock in the talcum powder. That way I can pounce it over, say, a paper drawing directly onto the wax, or I can pounce it directly into little pinholes that I poke into the wax. Now, you'll need a variety of different waxes. I've got everything here from sheet wax to pieces that are pre-cut for making rings to a large piece of filing wax for making whatever shape you want. And then these are little containers full of wax used to make attachments. And I'm going to go over these in another video in greater detail. Over here, I've got materials that are used for polishing the wax. Whenever you make a wax model, whatever type of surface you leave on it is what you're going to get back from the caster. So if you pre-polish using these solutions, I like this one, it's natural, it's orange based, you can put a high shine to your wax model, and then you'll get back a shiny cast result, making the final finishing a lot easier. And one of the fun things about this is you get to use knee-high pantyhose. I guess they're not pantyhose, they're just knee-high hose. I'm wearing a pair now. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, these are great because you can use them in combination with the solution to literally just shine up a wax to a degree that you won't even believe. Finally, don't forget eye protection. Even though you're not working with metal, you've got hot things happening, little pieces of things possibly flying around from your flex shaft. Protect the most important tool of all, you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, you can find our entire playlist on YouTube or at onlinejewelryacademy.com. And if you click in the lower right-hand corner of your screen right now, you can become a subscriber to our channel and you'll never miss an OJA video. Don't forget, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't forget about fan funding. Thanks for watching.